So let me guess, you're thinking of signing up for GoHighLevel, you're not sure if it lives up to the hype, and you really want to wrap your head around what the software actually does and if it's actually that good. Or you've been using the software for a little bit and you're like, I still don't know which way is up. In this video, I'm going to go over absolutely every single feature in GoHighLevel so that you can really understand why this software is so amazing. And I promise you, even if you've been using HighLevel for a while, you're going to learn something new in here because I know I did, and I've used it for over 3 years at this point. By the way, if at any point in this video you decide that you want to sign up, go ahead and click the link below. You're going to get 30 days free and all of the bonuses that I offer to my affiliates, which are not insignificant. They're pretty amazing. So there are really 4 categories of features inside of GHL. There's the agency features built for those who are agencies or SaaSpreneurs reselling the software. Then there's the CRM itself built for the local/small business that's using the software. Then we've got what I call extras. These are upsells based on compliance and a few other things. And then lastly, a few intangibles that aren't actually features, but contribute to HighLevel in a really important way. All right, so for agencies, HighLevel offers the ability to fully white label the software. And this is actually getting updated to where you can have up to 2 brands under one account, which is absolutely insane. Saves you so much money having to get another HighLevel account. With that white labeling, you can configure up to 20 SaaS plans to resell to your customers. HighLevel also recently added the ability to charge based on user limits and contact limits. You can also toggle off and on, suspending a sub account when a SaaS subscription fails and allowing admins to upgrade their subscriptions or cancel their subscriptions in the app. By the way, I look at the screen to see which features are included on which plans. Next up is reselling and upselling costs to your customers. You can resell Yext, WordPress, and WhatsApp, as well as SMS, email, phone call, and AI costs. Those can all be resold or upsold depending on which plan you're on. It's important to note you also have the ability to turn off reselling for any of those if it's something you don't want to do. Next up, there's sub-account snapshots, which allows you to easily duplicate all of the settings, templates, automations, etc. into individual sub-accounts at the click of a button. Next up, you have sub-account rolled up reporting, where you can see all of the important data about each sub-account in one spot. Next is the ability to add a custom menu link, which means that you can plug in another app or even just another link to the individual sub-accounts that you're reselling for whatever else you want to add in there. And that brings me to the next point, which is the app marketplace. There are lots of apps that integrate with HighLevel and allow you to add additional things to what you're reselling to your customers super easily. And even if it's not specifically in the marketplace yet, whatever you can dream up, you can probably put it inside of HighLevel, whether it's through an iframe or some other type of integration. And then lastly, this isn't really a feature in and of itself from HighLevel, but you do have the ability to change the appearance of the app. So if you're worried about it looking exactly like everybody else's, you could sign up for something like the Marketer's Toolkit from Tom Bristol that allows you to customize the names, colors, and design of things. Or if you know how to code, you can do it yourself. Additionally, as an agency, you can gate which features you allow to be rolled out to individual accounts, as well as individual users within those accounts. So the optionality doesn't just apply to the upselling and reselling of things. It also applies to the features themselves if you want them to be in the hands of the users of the software. You can also set up agency-wide email sending domains for your clients to use or for you to use to communicate with your clients. And lastly, on the agency features, we have the prospecting tool, which allows you to create beautiful reports telling local businesses how they're doing and what they're lacking when it comes to SEO and other things that they should have going for them online. All right, now for the exciting part, the CRM. There's a lot in here, so let's get into it. First of all, the Launchpad. This is the first thing your customers will see when they get their account. Now you can customize what's in here, but by default, it's going to prompt them to download the mobile app, integrate their Google business page, integrate their Facebook, integrate the web chat, connect Stripe, connect WordPress, and add any team members that they want to. Next up is the reporting dashboard that includes all of the numbers that are relevant for somebody to understand at a glance inside of their sub account. The things included here are opportunity status, opportunity value, conversion rate, funnel distribution, stage distribution, tasks, manual action, the lead source report, Google Analytics reporting, Google Business Profile reporting, Facebook Ads reporting, and Google Ads reporting, all on the first screen. Next up, we have the conversations dashboard, probably hands down my favorite part of HighLevel. Now the structure here is that you're going to be able to toggle between unread, recent, start, and all messages. And those messages can be Facebook messages, Instagram messages, emails, two-way SMS, and WhatsApp coming soon. Additionally, there's a toggle here to look at a manual actions list. It's basically like a checklist for somebody who's manning the chat so they can see what they're supposed to perform at any given day. There's also text text to pay, and templates/snippets that you can use to cut down the time manually typing out the same messages to each user. In addition to that, you can also use custom values and merge fields to save you time, and you can manually add people to workflows or manually book their appointment, all from the Conversations dashboard. In addition to all of that, you can also do two-way calling. So there's a dialer you can use, or you can just click on a button right next to the phone number. It will call them automatically. You can also receive calls in the app, or you can forward them to a phone number that can pick them up. In addition to that, you can warm transfer the person you're on the phone with, or you can blind transfer them to another phone number using the dialer. Now, out of order on the menu, but next up in order of understanding HighLevel is contacts. So in the broad list here, what's really cool is we can create smart lists, we can add tags, we can sort contacts with a million different variations, we can add tasks to individual contacts, we can sort people by company, and we can perform bulk actions. However, in the individual view of each contact, we can see their contact info, general info, and additional info. And we can also perform the following actions: add or see their tags, add to or see the campaigns and workflows they're in, add or see opportunities, add or see offers, enable do not disturb, including email, text, calls and voicemail, Facebook Messenger. We can enable DND for inbound calls and SMS if somebody's spamming us, and we can view the individual audit logs for this particular contact, meaning everything this contact has done or performed inside of the CRM, we can go see it in one spot. This is also related to the attribution map, which will show us where this contact came from automatically, which is pretty amazing. Additionally, we can see tasks, notes, appointments, and documents related to the individual contact. Moving on to calendars. Now, there are 4 types of calendars: simple, round robin, class booking, which means that multiple people can book with one person on your team, or collective booking, which means that one person can schedule a meeting with multiple team members simultaneously. And as I was creating this video, HighLevel released another feature in calendars called service calendars, which allows you to create a service menu with multiple services on it arranged in a grid. Additionally, there are rooms, which would be useful for renting out individual rooms in a music studio or something like that, and equipments where you can rent out individual pieces of equipment as well. Now, as far as the features of the calendars themselves, you can add a logo, name, description, URL, change the meeting invite title, decide whether you're optimizing for availability or equal distribution between team members, assign team members to the individual calendar, set the availability including days of the week, times, meeting intervals, minimum scheduling notice, maximum bookings per day, and buffer time. You can also add forms, payments, and Facebook Pixel events to calendars, configure notifications, and change the style of the widget. Moving on to pipelines. What's really cool about pipelines is you can completely customize the stages of the opportunities dashboard and any of the settings, and whether you want opportunities to show up in the funnel or the stages distribution that we saw earlier in the dashboard. Moving on to payments, we can send proposals/estimates/contracts with legally binding signing software that replaces DocuSign, as well as send invoices. You can also enable automatic sales receipts for payments and add individual tax rates onto invoices. And we can integrate with Stripe, PayPal, NMI, QuickBooks, and Authorize.net, with more payment integrations coming in the future. You can also add coupons, very cool, and see all of the orders and payments that you've received all in one spot. Next up, the quote marketing section on the dashboard, including the social planner, which includes Google Business Page, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. Next up under marketing is the affiliate manager, in which you can create and enroll affiliates with first and second tier commissions. Additionally, we have trigger links here, which are very cool. You can make the action of clicking a specific link trigger a specific set of actions as an automation, which can become insanely powerful. And then lastly, we have the email builder/sender, which comes with the ability to build templates that you can use over and over again, various fractional layouts, and the following elements: text, image, buttons, logos, dividers, social links, footers, code, video, shopping carts, RSS header, RSS items, and FAQ boxes. The email sender integrates seamlessly with contacts and all of those other beautiful things I talked about earlier. But what's really cool is you can A/B test the subject as well as the body copy of every single email that you send. All right, next up, the most robust part of the platform, arguably the workflow builder. Now we'll come back to the builder itself in just a second. First, I want to talk about the settings that you can control workflow wide, if you will, and some of the reporting that we have. First, we've got the ability to allow or disallow re-entry into any given workflow, as well as allow or disallow stopping on response. You can also set the time zone, only have the workflow fire within specific hours, create unique sender details for each each workflow and automatically mark conversations as read from any given workflow. In addition to that, you can see the enrollment history and the execution logs to help diagnose issues and just make sure that everything's working correct. All right, now when it comes to the builder, there's two elements here. We have the triggers that start the workflow, and then we have the actions that are actually taking place in the workflow. Now the options here are extremely robust. Under contact triggers, we can trigger something based on someone's birthday, or the contact was changed or created. If a contact enabled do not disturb, contact tags, custom dates similar to the birthday one, but on whatever date you want, note added, note changed, task added, task reminder. Under events, we can receive inbound webhooks, call status, meaning no matter what that call status is, answered, unanswered, went to voicemail, we can trigger things based off of that. Email events, did they open the email? Did they click on something? What are we going to do next? Customer replied based on a specific channel or based on something specific they said when they did respond. Form submitted, survey submitted, trigger link clicked. We talked about that earlier. Facebook lead form submitted, TikTok form submitted, LinkedIn forms coming soon. Video tracking, Twilio validation error. Next up, appointments. We can trigger based off of booked appointments or other appointment statuses. Following that, opportunity. If the opportunity status changed, if the opportunity was created or changed, if the pipeline stage changed, or if there's what's called a stale opportunity, meaning it's been in one stage for too long, we can trigger something based off of that. Next up, affiliate. There's only one here so far, which is new affiliate created. Following that, memberships. So if somebody starts a category, completes a category, starts a lesson, or completes a lesson, we can trigger based off of that. Next up is new signups, offer access granted, offer access removed, product access granted, product access removed, product started, product completed, user login. So practically what that looks like, if you have an online course, you could send somebody an email or a text every time they complete a lesson, for example. Next up, payments. We can trigger based off of invoices, payment received, order form submissions, or order submitted. And lastly, Shopify. If somebody has abandoned checkout on Shopify or placed an order, we can trigger based off of that. And then once we fulfilled the order, we can do the same. And we recently got this awesome IVR feature that reads off one of those robot phone trees, like press 1 for sales, press 2 for customer support for the number that you have connected to HighLevel. Beautiful. So now we know everything that can trigger something. Let's talk about all the actions we can take once it's been triggered. For contacts, we can create or update a contact, find contact, update contact fields, add contact tags, remove contact tags, assign to a specific user, remove the assigned user that we previously gave, edit the conversation, meaning we mark it as read or unread, enable or disable D&D, add notes, add tasks, copy contact, meaning we can send it to another sub account if we want. New feature there, pretty cool. Next up, communication, sending an email, sending an SMS, sending a Slack message, call, meaning you can call someone on your team. It'll say, hey, press 1 to connect, they press, and then it will connect to the contact. Voicemail drops, Facebook Messenger, Instagram DMs, manual actions to SMS or calls, meaning it will put it in that list that we mentioned earlier. Google My Business messaging, send internal notification, and that can be a text, call, email, etc. Or we can send a review request, which is pretty much exactly like sending an SMS or an email, but it's going to track it in the request section of reputation management, which we'll go over soon. Next up, we have sending data, so we can webhook out to another software. We can create a custom webhook, or we can send info to Google Sheets. Next up, internal tools, if else. This allows us to create certain logic based on if somebody has responded or taken other actions inside of the CRM. Then we can wait based on timing, or we can combine that with an if else step, and again, trigger based off of their actions. Next up, we've got goal events, which is sort of like a mini trigger in the middle of a workflow, updating custom value, go to a specific step inside of the workflow, date/time formatter, number formatter, math operation, set event start date, add to workflow, remove from all workflows. Next up, AI, you can send a prompt to ChatGPT, which will then send it back to HighLevel. Eliza platform, this is one of the additional things I'll talk about later, but you can send leads to the AI Eliza, or you can send it to the Eliza agent platform. Next up, appointments, we can update appointment status. Following that, opportunities, we can create or update opportunities or remove an opportunity. Payments, we can do a Stripe one-time charge. Marketing, on Google, we can add someone to analytics or report data back to Google AdWords. I don't think AdWords is a thing anymore, but they still have it on there. Facebook, we can add or remove people from a custom audience and submit data back to the conversions API. Very cool. For affiliates, we can add or update affiliates, and we can add or remove from affiliate campaigns. And lastly, memberships, we can grant offers or revoke offers. Offer just refers to the course that they're in. And of course, there's the IVR feature that I mentioned earlier. Beautiful. That's it for workflows. If you want to learn how to use those, I made a video on it. Check it out, or go ahead and use my link to sign up below and you'll get a free course outlining exactly how to use the workflow builder, because it can get complicated. Moving on to sites. First of all, the landing page Funnel Builder. This just got a makeover and it looks awesome. As far as the settings in here, we can see the funnel steps, we can do split testing, we can see statistics, see sales, toggle test or live mode on purchases, turn on image optimization for fast loading, turn on or off the native chat widget, enable GDPR compliant fonts, insert head and body code tracking, and update the favicon. Now the builder itself has the structure of sections, rows, columns, and elements in each of those columns. And in the settings for the funnel builder, we can control the tracking code, custom CSS, funnel wide typography, background pop-up, and the SEO metadata. Now, as far as the individual elements we can add, we've got headlines, subheadlines, paragraphs, bullet lists, buttons, forms, blog post lists, category navigation, videos, images, FAQs, custom JavaScript / HTML, surveys, calendars, maps, SVGs, reviews, countdown timers with minute or day timers, navigation menu, divider, progress bar, image feature, social icons, two-step order forms, one-step order forms, and order confirmation. Next up is the website builder, which is exactly like the funnel builder, except instead of having steps, you just have pages. Following that, we have blogging, which we can add to either funnels or websites. Very cool. WordPress, where we can connect the hosting we're reselling customers to their WordPress sites. Next up, the client portal, which is really just a community site, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Following that, forms. And in forms, you have the builder. You can analyze submissions, and you can see all submissions for all forms in one spot. Same features for surveys, just slightly different look than forms. Then we've got the chat widget, in which you can customize the bubble, the widget itself, and the acknowledgement settings, all to your liking. And they also recently came out with the ability to make this a real chat widget where you message back and forth. So depending on what's best for your business, you can do either one. And then we also have the media library, where you can store literally anything you want in there. Videos, images, pictures, presentations, things you need to deliver to your clients or need to be assigned to them can be stored there. And URL redirects to help with SEO and easy redirection if you end up changing a URL. Next up, memberships. This is a complete online course hosting platform with unlimited video hosting, a checkout that accepts coupons, analytics like who has completed what, how much are people watching, what videos are they watching most, and custom domains. Also included in memberships is communities. Now this is the customer portal I mentioned earlier. Essentially, this is like your own Facebook group or school group, but it's included in your HighLevel subscription. You can add channels, post, pin posts, add courses, paid communities, and talk in the comments. No DMing yet though. And there's also currently a progressive web app to be able to access courses. And in Q4 of 2023, we're also getting an app with communities in it. Next up, reputation management. Here you can see an overview of the business's reputation, the number of review requests. You can customize and integrate review widgets for websites, and you can view and reply to every single review you get on Facebook or Google. And now recently, you can respond to all of your reviews with AI, either automatically or in suggestive mode. Next up, analytics and reporting. So here we've got ads reporting integrations where we can see Google ads and Facebook ads. Can't make any edits unless you integrate a third-party app. Link below in the description for an app that does this called UpHex. In addition to that, we have the attribution report, which is very, very cool. You can see where individual leads came from, what they were attributed to, both in first and last attribution models. Then we have the conversion report, where you can see revenue closed, opportunities created, contacts created, and sessions created. And then the source report, which will show you your top referring domains and the session events that happen from those referrers. But there's more. Call reporting. Here you can see status, sources, duration of all calls. In addition, you've got appointment reporting, which shows booked, confirmed, showed, no showed, canceled, and the channel, source, and outcomes of each one of these appointments. And lastly, agent reporting, which you can see on a user by user level inside of each sub account, the opportunities that user has won, lost, or abandoned, the conversions they've had, how many SMSs or emails they've sent, had delivered, opened, clicked, failed, etc. You can see their call metrics, and you can see their efficiency. So what's their sale value? How long does it take them to get those sales, and their sales velocity? All right, beautiful. Now let's talk about AI for a minute. Inside of the funnel, email, and website builders, you'll see an AI button that will write copy for whatever it is you're trying to write. You can also do the same with AI images, which is very cool. Now, the one that everybody's talking about, the conversational AI, this is brand new. I'm still testing it. What's cool here is you can train this, you can decide where it's responding, and you can configure the intent of the bot itself, and it can schedule appointments. So pretty great. All right, moving on to settings inside of the individual sub account. First of all, we have the business profile, which has business info, stuff for A2P10 DLC compliance. If you don't know what that is, check out my video on it. Settings for allowing duplicate contact, as well as other sub account specific things. In my profile, individual users can configure their personal data, their email signature, their integrations with Zoom or Outlook for meetings, two-way email sync on Google Outlook. So this means that every email you send from your particular email is actually going through HighLevel as well, which some people want, some people don't. And then you can configure your calendar as well on Google or Outlook or iCal. Continuing on, we have user management. So we can configure individual calendars or availability for the users inside of our accounts. We can gate or allow specific features. We can assign them an email signature and assign their call and voicemail settings. Also brand new to HighLevel is automatic lead scoring, which is very cool. So these are rules like if somebody opens an email, they get 1 point added to their score, and then you can actually sort by lead scores and only reach out to the most qualified people. Pretty insane. Next up, we've got custom fields and custom values, which can be extremely powerful. For example, if on your website you have something that says copyright and then the year, instead of actually putting the year like 2023, you just put right now year, which is a custom field or value, I'm not sure which, and that will automatically update on January 1st every year, so you never have to think about it again. Another awesome use case of custom values is you can add them into snapshots, and then you can quickly change out throughout funnels and websites, communication, etc. So in this example, let's say a dentist is running a $500 off campaign. I could put this in there, but the next dentist wants to run $400 off. I can just come in here and edit that super quickly, and it will change it all the way across the sub account, which saves a ton of time. Next up, we've got phone numbers, and in phone numbers, you can buy local area code numbers, toll-free numbers, number pools, which allow you to mask certain numbers with other numbers to make tracking really easy on your website or in other places, and verified caller IDs. There's also a usage summary where you can see all of the incremental costs that you're being charged. Only agency admins can see it. Sub-account users can see the individual charges. Next, we have regulatory bundle/address. This is for getting phone numbers approved outside of the US. You also get 10% off the market rate from Twilio, which is what HighLevel uses to give you the ability to text and call. And of course, the beloved Trust Center, which includes A2P branded campaign registration, business profile registration, shaken/stir trusted calling, and CNAM registration, which is beautiful. Next up, we have domains, which you can add unlimited of, very cool and very rare. And we have integrations, which include TikTok lead ads, Facebook lead ads, LinkedIn lead ads, Google local service ads, regular Google ads, Google Analytics, Google My Business, Facebook and Instagram messaging, QuickBooks, Clio, Stripe, Shopify, and Slack. Last thing in settings is audit logs, where you can see absolutely everything that's been happening inside of the CRM all the time. So you can look and diagnose issues and make sure that everything's going correctly. All right, that's it for the CRM, but don't click off yet because there's a lot of interesting stuff I'm still about to share that if you're still skeptical, I think will help you realize whether or not this is right for you. First of all, we have the Eliza agent platform, which basically takes all your sub accounts or all the sub accounts you select and puts them in one spot so one agent can follow up a lot easier. Next up, we have HIPAA compliance, which is an extra $300 a month, but make sure that you're covered legally. Following that, GDPR compliance, which is just included, but is very good. Next up, we have the GrayLabel Lead Connector mobile app for both Android and Apple. A GrayLabel Zapier integration. Again, Lead Connector is the name of that GrayLabel, which means it's just somewhere between Black Label, which I guess would be HighLevel, and White Label, which is your version of the software. And then also a GrayLabel WordPress plugin, which has the ability to iframe or just insert funnels into your WordPress website and easily toggle on or off the chat widget. If you want to pay a little bit more, you can get your own white labeled mobile app, so it has its own brand on it and you look more legit. You can also get a white labeled Zapier integration, so again, you're not going through the gray label on Zapier. Next up, we've got priority support, which is an additional $300 a month, advanced account setup, which is $1,000, and lastly, template libraries that you can enable across every single sub account so people can build their funnels and websites a lot easier, which is very nice. And you can now add your own templates to the template library. Very cool. Now, lastly, the intangibles. These are some of the most important things, I think, but nobody really lists them as features. And there are 3 of them. The first one is there's a massive community. So if support can't help you, which sometimes high-level support, because there's so much in the software, all of their reps are new and nobody knows how to use it. Even when you get on the Zoom call, you can just go to the Facebook group and there's somebody that knows. Everybody's super helpful. I find that more helpful than asking support most of the time. And because, again, there are so many people using it, you don't even need to ask the question many times. You can just go type in the keywords of your question into the search bar in the Facebook group and you'll find somebody else that's already answered it. And because of that massive community, again, there are a lot of apps being built around HighLevel. If there's a feature that you want but is not in there, likely there's somebody else that's built an app for it. And so you can just buy that and add it on. One more benefit of the big community is there's a lot of virtual assistants and people who have built companies around HighLevel to make your life easier. The next intangible is that there's constant education. HighLevel is always interviewing experts on tons of different subjects for whatever it is you're trying to do, like getting more leads and customers for your own business, getting more leads and customers for your customers' businesses, whatever it is, they've covered it at some point in the education side of things. And then lastly, events. They throw awesome events. I've been there. They do some smaller ones, they do some bigger ones, and it's just a lot of fun. And it doesn't feel like a cult. It just feels like a lot of people having a lot of fun, and it happens to be around a software. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Consider using my link below if you'd like the bonuses, and we'll see you in the next video.